Hello, I'm just coming on here because, I don't know, like I just get feelings like, okay, now you need to make a video about that. So I'm going to try to do that more. So today I want to talk about therapy, getting help, mental health treatment, whatever, all that crap. So if you don't know my story, it's on other videos. You can go back and look. But basically, I was on meds for 13 years. It took me like 10 years to taper off of everything. I was on 18 at the same time in 2006 for post-traumatic stress disorder. And then the last medication almost killed me during my taper, and I didn't know it was the taper. I thought I was just getting worse. And so the doctor just took me off cold turkey very abruptly, very fast. And here I am 4.5 years later, still neurologically damaged from all the years of meds. So this is what I've been feeling lately. Like being 4.5 years off of meds, I don't feel like I don't have feelings yet. Like things feel very numb. I feel very stoic. I feel like I'm acting, like trying to keep myself together, like to fake it till you make it. I don't feel like joy or gratitude. I have very few fleeting moments, maybe once a month, where I'm like, I feel content or calm for 10 minutes, and then it doesn't last very long. I don't have sexual feelings. It's like almost like people don't exist unless they are in my face or they're talking to me. It's kind of strange, but anyway, so I'm just feeling like not a lot of feelings, but then I have a lot of like feelings that are anger, that are sadness, feel lonely, feel like I want to talk to someone. I feel like I'm not understood. And the coronavirus obviously didn't help because then you're like really by yourself. And then, I went through the whole tapering off pretty much alone. I mean, I lost my marriage, when I was first put on meds. And then, I didn't have children. I didn't have another partner. I lost all my sexual feelings from the meds. So I never had, like boyfriends or anything during that whole period of time. Still haven't. So I've been alone for quite a long time, and then when I went through coming off the meds, I was alone through that, and I had to pay people to make my meals and walk the dog and clean the house because I could not physically or mentally handle it. So like I'm used to being by myself, but I feel like I am just the kind of person that needs to talk to people or needs to feel like people understand me, or I don't know. And so this experience has really felt like there isn't anyone. Like, I mean, we talk to people in withdrawal, like people that have gone through this, and they get it and they've helped me a lot, and I wouldn't be here without them. There's a few that I can think of, women that really helped me through this. But like, this is what keeps coming up. Like, I want to talk about what happened to me. Like, I want to talk about what it felt like to be on meds for 13 years and to lose everything, and what it felt like to not have children or have a partner, or to lose my sexual feelings, or to have a brain that's completely decimated from medications. And then, like, I don't know, like, basically what happened, I just want somebody to understand and to hear me. And it feels like there's nobody like that. Even other people in withdrawal, if you try to talk to them, not everybody, okay, obviously, but a lot of people, they either try to one-up you, dismiss you, say that you didn't have it that bad because you did this or that, or that you're able to do this or that now, instead of thinking like, well, maybe I did this or that to not kill myself. Like, we all cope in different ways, so it feels like a contest or dismissive, or mine was worse, or that phrase, at least. Well, at least you didn't have this, or at least you didn't have that. Like, I'm over it. I'm sick of the competition aspect, So anyway, so like the coronavirus thing happened. Of course, I got even more depressed than I usually am, just because like everything that I was doing on the road was canceled. And what I was doing was, there's a film that I'm in about a little bit about my story. It's not a lot about my story, but it's called Medicating Normal. And I was touring the country, showing the film in communities, and then I got to talk about these issues afterwards. But even talking about it, I didn't feel a lot of it, because it's almost like I have to disconnect from myself to be able to talk about how, so there's not that satisfaction of feeling like I'm healing because I'm talking about it or something, or like some kind of closure, or what's the word? Like when you cry, cathartic. Like I didn't feel, I don't know. And it was a combination of different things, like me being stressed out, me working, pushing myself too hard, me going to too many places, driving during the day with my vision problems, whatever. But anyway, so coronavirus happened and everything stopped. I'm sorry I keep moving this, but it's just not in a good spot. So coronavirus happened, everything stopped. I got really scared because all I could think was, like, I can't have medical treatment. I need to go home. But, like, you don't really have a home because I'm living in an RV, as you can see. And, like, where am I going to park? So, like, I was able to park at friend's house and stuff. But there was a point where, and I got sick on my way home. So I had to quarantine for 19 days until I felt better. And then I got back on the road and quarantined the rest of the way home, really. But anyway, there was a point where I felt so down that I told my friends, I said, I don't think I have any fight left in me. Like, I think if I got coronavirus, or if I got hit by a car, or if I got in an accident, I don't think I would fight to come out of it. I think I would just, like, go, because I'm just tired of always fighting, of always trying to have a normal life, and, like, it's just out of my grasp all the time. So anyway, I was talking to my friends and I told them that, and I was really weepy, and I was, like, in the RV for a whole month probably, just not really going outside, not doing anything, because I just felt so down, like, what is life? It's pointless. Is this some kind of cosmic joke where you just come to Earth to suffer and, like, nothing means anything, and then we all just die? Like, I don't get it. And then, like, you go through all these traumas, and then you go through psychiatry hurting you even more. And then, like, now there's this fucking virus that could kill you and put you in the hospital and put you on a ventilator. Like, what is the point of any of this, So I didn't tell that depth of feeling to my doctor or anything, but I had to visit my doctor because I have to go every 6 months for my VA benefits. And I just told her, like, I wasn't feeling good. Whatever. So she's like, I'm really worried about you. I think you need to talk to somebody. So, she apparently put in a consult for a mental health person, but they never called, of course. And then, of course, when I told her that, she's like, oh, well, they said they called on this date. And I said, look, here's my phone. It says they did not call. Like, there's no voicemail. There's no missed calls. I don't know who they called, but that wasn't me. So then she puts the consult in again. And then, so they called today. But, like, here's the thing that keeps coming up, and then I'm going to stop because otherwise I'll keep rambling. But, like, I'm in a couple, like, veteran support groups for military veterans only, and everybody talks about, like, their job, their children, their wife, their spouse, whatever, maybe their job issues, some health problems, that kind of stuff. And then, like, a therapist, they expect you to talk about those things too, right? But then, like, none of that stuff is happening for me. I mean, it is, but it's, like, small peanuts, okay? In comparison to the amount of trauma and, like, not being validated and being gaslit over and over, and, like, the mental health care system did to me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, who the fuck am I supposed to talk to about that? Because, like, mental health care people don't want to hear about it. When you talk about it with your peers, they think you're delusional because they don't understand this experience because they didn't go through it. Your family kind of rolls their eyes at you because you've been talking about it for fucking years, like 4.5 years. Like, nobody believes that you are still harmed. Nobody. I mean, I tried to tell the therapist today. I finally had my first appointment with this lady. And, of course, to make it even more funny, I say to her, like, well, like, am I allowed to see you once a week or once every 2 weeks? Or, like, what's the deal? And she's like, oh, no. I'm just the therapist that works with your doctor to help people get on their feet real quick, and then we pass you off to someone else. And I'm thinking, okay, I just talked to you for 30 minutes about safety and feeling safe and feeling like where can I talk to about my real stuff? Because, like, my real stuff is medical trauma. But then you're going to tell me, like, oh, I can't talk to you very long. I have to pass you to somebody else. Like, that's not going to help the medical trauma. That's not going to help my sense of safety or trust. Like, I'm trying to trust you to talk about my real shit because I don't have anywhere else to put it. But no, you can only talk to me this week and then 2 weeks from now, and then we'll have to pass you off. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't want to keep bringing up my story to people that are going to stick around for 1 to 2 weeks and then they're gone. So, like, it's like a sick game. I don't even think I make sense. Like, now I'm talking and I don't even feel like I'm making sense. My point is that you just have no one to talk to, no one to fully validate you, no one to fully love you through it, no one to really, really listen to you, no one to, like, understand how hard you fight every fucking day for years. Even, like, when I cry, I can feel myself stop it. Because, like, I don't have the feelings. Like, who's going to listen to me about that, you know? It's just, like, sheer loneliness. I don't know what else to say. And incompletion. Like, you know, when you have the flu, you go to the doctor and they give you some cough medicine, some throat medicine, whatever, and the flu resolves, you know, 2 weeks later. Or you get surgery on a hip and you get a hip replacement and you do some rehab, and then a month later, you know, you might have some lingering stuff, but, like, it goes like this, you know, like it's a bell curve, you know, hurts, pain, lots of pain, and then it resolves. And then this just, like, there's nowhere to go to fix it, or nowhere to, obviously there's no pill to take, there's no doctor that covers this, there's no, you know, and I already know everybody is going to freak out in the comments and be like, oh, well, you could talk to this person or you could talk to that person. Listen, I'm fully aware of all the withdrawal coaches, of all the people there, you know, but there's even on top of it, and then I'm going to really shut up, okay? The thing that gets me the most about mental health people, and look, this is coming from somebody who just went through 14 months of training to be a therapist, okay? So I already know all the games that therapists play. I already know all the training that they get. I know the supervision they get. I know what they talk about behind closed doors. I know all of it, okay? I know too much. Really, that's probably part of the problem. But there's this, I don't even know how to explain it. There's this attitude, language, condescension. I'm the expert. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, it's not the trauma that happened to you. It's the way you're thinking about it. We need to work on those beliefs. So when you say that belief to yourself, that you feel alone, how does that make you feel inside? Okay, so it's really not the loneliness, it's the way that you believe, it's what you believe about the loneliness, it's what you tell yourself about the loneliness. And that will send me right up the fucking rope, because no, my loneliness is my loneliness. It's not a belief about something. It is the reality that I'm living for years on end because there is no one to talk to about. Okay, but then they'll say, you hear yourself, you said there's no one. Is that really true? Is there anyone? Let's challenge that thought. And I'm just sick of it. So anyway, I don't even know if that made sense. I'm going to upload this anyway, even though I feel like it was a bunch of gibberish, but my phone is dying. And either I lose the video or I upload it. So I hope you all have a good night. And you can commiserate in the comments, but I really don't need any suggestions. If you feel like giving me a suggestion, you can refer to the video I uploaded last about stop giving me suggestions.